Hey everyone, it is your Friday co-host Bravehawk. I'm here to talk about Yule and as well as the giveaway. As far as my Yule traditions, I guess I have two, but the main one is I tend to reflect on the year that has happened and kind of figure out what is going my way and what is not going my way. And so in turn, when I kind of reflect on that, I tend to make a New Year's resolution at the same time, um, as far as what's going to help me get towards my goal. So I kind of use winter as a mental spring cleaning. Um, I do a little physical spring cleaning. I do give away a lot of stuff that I find that I just don't need anymore, or I still want, but I can't throw it away. So I tend to give it to people that will want that more. Like I have a steel pot here that's going to my friend Ori, or Dia as we all know her. It's going to her because she's been wanting one for so long, and I have it here, and so I decided to give it to her this year. Um, and it's just things like that. Like if I have like all this clutter, I just decided that you know it's time to give it away, to release it and let it give joy to other people. Um, One of the other things that I'm doing this year is I'm collecting a lot of old shoes and giving them to a back to nature place here that homes animals that have been rescued from people that wanted them and then didn't want them, such as there's a lemur there that a rich guy thought he would like, and then in turn he ended up not wanting it, so they rescued it. And so I'm giving them all my old shoes so they can they're making some kind of thing where they repair them and then they resell them and they use that money for the animals. So that's what I'm doing this year for my thing. Um, Other than that, the only other thing that has been prominent throughout the years is a lot of my pagan friends make squash during winter, especially near the towards Christmas Day. So that's something I have picked up personally myself that I do. Even if when no one's around, I make a lot of squash during the winter, and which is good because I've never eaten squash before until I started meeting up with other pagans, and it's just something that has been introduced to me. So that's a positive thing for me. Um, that's about it as far as things that I do for Yule. As far as the history of Yule, I did look up some stuff. Um, it's based off the Holly King and the Oak King. The Holly King was the midwinter, and the Oak King was the midsummer, and they were tend to battle each other at some point. Um, I know the Holly King is represented by evergreens and holly. Um, there is actually some dances that people do nowadays that are representative of their battle, of their how they're at ends with each other. I guess they're polar opposites. And let's see, it's Jack and the Green is in England, Callan May in Wales, and Maisie Day in Cornwall are people that still have these ritual dances that kind of represent the Holly King and the Oak King's relationship with each other, how they would kind of like battle each other out. Um, I did look up stuff on elves, which I found very interesting. That um, who was it? Scandinavia, and back in the day, they would actually mark pentagrams on their doors to protect themselves from elves, as well as they would have little charms around their neck that were kind of like a plate, and in the middle of the plate was a cross, which I found was very interesting. Um, I did find out another interesting fact that the elf itself, the word elf, was actually meant for the females, and Alf, AELF, was the male, and elves would be the plural. Um, They also had they were also called Alfar, which meant hidden people in Norse. Which I've noticed a lot of the cultures that speak about them that are kind of like took them into their own culture in a sense through poetry or whatnot. Elves were kind of represented as mysterious gypsies in a sense that they were always associated with being very sexual, being very magical, and some of the stuff that I found, it was almost they're considered little devils in a sense that they would make contracts and they would find a loophole and do bad things to you. Um, Other than that, that's all I have for this video. So I hope someone gets something from it. And I'll see you guys next time.